I emailed it to him, yes.
Okay. And that's in addition to the one that was filed previously, correct? Or was
Yeah,
this replacing that one?
I would be happy to just dismiss that earlier case number and proceed on that murder charge today.
Is there a new case number on this one?
I think so. 1 second, Your Honor.
When I just pulled it up, it looks like it was filed under the same case number.
Oh,
If
did
you
they
wanna
put it in
double
the same?
check.
Okay. Oh, you're right.
So the same case number, what I'll do is I'll just proceed on both charges and then whatever you all decide to do is fine.
Okay, thank you.
Afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name, please? All right. Counsel, you both ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. We are here,
Recording in progress.
we are here on the record in case number 26CRI080484. This is State of Ohio versus Brianna Diane Dutcher. Here today for the purpose of an initial appearance. The defendant is present today via video conference from the jail, and she's represented by counsel. Can you enter your notice of appearance, please?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Ashton Gaetanos from Attorney Sam Szymanski's office on behalf of Ms. Dutcher.
Thank you. And on behalf of the state,
Mark Sleeper, 0079692 on behalf of State of Ohio.
all right. Thank you, counsels. Ms. Dutcher, have you received a copy of the complaint today?
I believe so, yes.
Actually, you probably had two different complaints. Have you received two different documents today?
I received a paper earlier today.
Okay. Have they brought you one here in the last hour or so?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay. I believe someone probably went out to the jail, so hopefully they have a copy there that they can give you. But your counsel's here and he's received a copy, so I'll address some things with you and then I'll inquire of him, okay? All right, so the court mentioned there's been two complaints filed in this case. The first, I believe, was filed this morning for obstructing justice, a felony of the 3rd degree, and then I believe a charge was just recently filed for murder pursuant to revised code 2903.02. The murder charge, if you are convicted of that offense, carries a possible prison sentence of 15 years to life. There's also a gun specification attached to that offense, which would carry an additional 1-year possible prison sentence, which would be consecutive and mandatory to the underlying offense. Maximum fine on that charge would be for $15,000. The charge that you would have received earlier in the day is obstructing justice pursuant to revised code 2921.32A5. Because of the nature of the underlying offense, it's a felony of the 3rd degree. carries a possible prison sentence of 9 to 36 months, so 36 months being the maximum prison sentence for that charge, maximum fine of $10,000. Counsel, does your client waive further advisement of rights, further advisement of penalties, formal reading of the complaint, any service issues today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, counsel. Ms. Dutcher, I read 2 charges there to you. Without getting into the nature, the circumstances, or the facts of the case, do you at least understand the 2 charges as I read them to you?
Yes.
Okay. Based on the alleged facts in the complaint and any attached probable cause affidavit on the charges, the court will make a finding that there's probable cause to go forward on both of the charges as outlined here just earlier. Now, Ms. Dutcher, the court cannot accept to plead any of the charges today, but what the court can do is set what's called a preliminary hearing. That preliminary hearing is going to be set for August 24th, 2026 at 3 p.m. That'll be in courtroom number 2 in front of Judge Hemmeter. The state of Ohio may proceed and present your case to what's called a grand jury. If they do so, and if the grand jury returns charges, you may be set for what's called an arraignment on that hearing or on that case. But as it stands today, your next preliminary or your next hearing in this case is set for August 24th at 3 p.m. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, counsel, on behalf of the state, do you wish to address bond today?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Once again, I know for the record that this is an ongoing investigation. The original charge was for lying about who was present that evening. The defendant initially denied knowing anybody who else could have been there. She finally admitted to law enforcement on Friday that Mr. Evans and Mr. Payne were there, but she denied being involved or seeing what had happened inside the house. She was originally charged with that obstructing justice on Friday. There have now been text messages that have been recovered from her phone that appear to be planning the crime in advance. I would note for the court that the messages were deleted from her phone, but they were recovered by law enforcement during a forensic download. So certainly the state has concerns about her attempted destruction of that evidence, in addition to her text messages indicating unawareness and knowledge and participation in the murder offense. With regard to bond, Your Honor, similar to the co-defendants in a review of other murder cases that have been filed in Delaware County, the state believes that a bond should be set in the amount of $3 million, cash or surety. We would ask that if she's able to post bond, that she be on electronically monitored house arrest and GPS. We do not believe that she should be permitted to return to the residence on Beanaller Road if she were to be released. I would note that there are family members who are present today. They have indicated that they would like to be able to have at least phone contact with her. So I'm not going to ask for a full no contact order at this time, but we would ask that she not be permitted any in-person contact with any of her family members, and that she not be permitted to return to the residence on Beanaller Road. Finally, we would also ask for a no contact order with the co-defendants. Thank you.
Thank you, counsel. Counsel, on behalf of the defendant, do you wish to address bond?
Briefly, Your Honor, Ms. Dutcher is 18 years old. First and foremost, she acknowledges the severity of these allegations, but allegations nonetheless. She's presumed innocent. She has absolutely zero criminal record, Your Honor. No history of avoiding arrest, eluding prosecution, nothing like that. We submit that she poses absolutely zero flight risk, that there are less restrictive alternatives that the court may consider and impose, including house arrest, to mitigate against any perceived or hypothetical flight risk. No history of violence, nothing of the sort. All her ties are here in Delaware County, substantial ties in the community where I believe she was born and raised. And we submit to you, Your Honor, that the $3 million bond requested by the state far exceeds what is necessary to meet the principles and purposes of bond. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, counsel. Do you have a address where she would be permitted to reside if it's not at the address where the alleged offense occurred?
Your Honor, I do not know, but I will instruct Ms. Dutcher to notify the adult pretrial services of any address.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
All right, Ms. Dutcher, when the court's to consider how to set bond in a case, the factors the court considers, just some of the factors are the nature and circumstances of the alleged offense, the severity or the level of the offense, criminal history of the defendant, if any, risks of public safety, as well as looking at comparable cases in an effort to be consistent. And of course, those are just some of the factors the court considers. So I've considered those factors in this case, as well as arguments made on behalf of the state, as well as arguments made on behalf of your counsel. Certainly the nature and circumstances of the offense, the level of the alleged offense, weigh in favor of bond, risks of public safety. I would also note for the record that no history of criminal convictions or criminal history. The court did also look at comparable cases, including bond set in this case with your co-defendants, as well as other cases similarly situated here in the county. What the court is going to do is the court is going to set bond in the form of a $3 million cash surety or real estate bond, again based on the factors the court outlined just moments ago. There are going to be additional conditions that will apply. You must execute a waiver of extradition. You may not leave the state of Ohio while the case is pending without prior approval of the court. You must communicate and cooperate with your attorney and have contact no less than once every 14 days. You must not commit an offense against the laws of Ohio or any other state. Upon your release, if you are released, you must immediately report to the Office of Adult Court Services for pretrial supervision as to occur in person. They're located here in the courthouse, so if you are released, as soon as you're released, one of your first stops, if not your very first stop, needs to be here at the courthouse to meet with Adult Court Services and get started with them. You understand that, ma'am? You must maintain some address, residence that you provide to the court. Right now, I'm going to leave that as to be determined. If you are released, when you meet with Adult Court Services, they'll need to certify where you're going to be residing at, so you can provide them the address at that time. And if that changes for any reason, you need to let your counsel know, Adult Court Services know, and then they'll let the court know as well. Upon your release, you will be subject to house arrest as well as GPS monitoring. You'll be held in jail and released only to the supervision of Adult Court Services for installation of that monitor. While the case is pending, the court is going to order that you not have contact with any of the co-defendants in this case or any in-person visits with family at this time. If that is going to change, then either the state or somebody can file on behalf of the family, and then the court will consider lifting that restriction. So whether it's through defense counsel, state's counsel, whomever it comes from, something can be filed with the court and that can be lifted at that time. You're also not going to have, order to not have contact while the case is pending with the address, is that 1661, Mr. Sleeper?
Yes, Ron.
1661 Bean Alla Road here in Delaware. Again, if any of the circumstances change, something can be filed with the court and that restriction can be reviewed at that time. So Ms. Dutcher, court has set bond in the form of a $3 million cash surety real estate bond. Also set your preliminary hearing date for August 24th at 3 p.m. and that'll be in courtroom number 2 in front of Judge Hemmeter. Do you have any questions for me today regarding your next hearing date or the bond that was set in your case? On behalf of the defendant?
The limitation is to physical contact, correct?
As of right now, I'm going to say physical contact with the family. If they want to have phone contact on apparently their request, that's fine. If at some point that changes, file something with the court and we'll review that.
Thank you, sir.
Anything else, counsel?
No, sir.
Anything else on behalf of the state?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay. All right, Ms. Dutcher, that'll conclude your hearing today. You can knock on the door there and let them know your hearing is finished. Thank you.
Recording stopped.